Hello, my name is Kathy Walters, and I'm going to be your instructor for HIM 101. So welcome to Introduction to Healthcare in the United States Online for the winter 2018 quarter. And currently you are looking at our course website in Moodle. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to get you acquainted with it and how to navigate the site as you begin the quarter. So down below here, obviously you see please start here, and then you should be obviously looking at this YouTube video. So the first thing that I would like to do is to go through the course syllabus. So I'm going to pull that up and expand that out a little bit here. Alright, so what I'd like to do here is just address a few things, and then I'll go back to our course website. So first I start out with our learning objectives and what you'll learn in the course, and then my contact information is listed below with the course information and the CRN number. My office hours are Monday and Wednesday from 1 to 3, and I'm very good about returning email. So the one thing I do ask is that you be sure to identify your name and what course you're taking when you're communicating via email, as I teach several courses and I have quite a few students. So I want to be sure that I recognize right away and take care of your needs. The next area on the syllabus is just covering the required materials that you can purchase either through the bookstore at Lane or through the Pearson website. And the third edition is what you need, not the second edition, as the third edition is important because there are updates and you won't have adequate content as it relates to the chapters and quizzes, so be sure to get the third edition. The next area in the syllabus is just dealing with instructional methodologies in terms of what you'll be going through, and then a little bit on Moodle. Also list under academic integrity the website for the code of conduct, so be sure to check that out. And then 3 areas of resources at LCC, Tutor Central, which is great if you have any questions or need help with anything, the library hours, and then the student help desk if you have any network access issues or anything like that. The next area is class participation and expectations. You need to definitely access the course at least at a minimum 3 times a week, just checking in and making sure that you are aware of what's going on. And then my late policy. I do not accept late work. So please be mindful of due dates each week, with the exception of week 1, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Most assignments are due by Sunday evening, and then with the forums each week, you need to do your initial post by Friday evening. And due to LCC's attendance policy, you must submit something during week 1, and so that will be your self-introduction forum, which will be due by Thursday evening, January 11th, and I'll go over that a little bit further. Here's my grading policy. And then I did want to talk a little bit about online attendance. Those of you that have taken online courses, you know that it requires the same amount of effort as a, in-class brick-and-mortar type class, and perhaps even more. And so waiting until Sunday evening is not a practice for success in an online course for several reasons. Number 1, you lack command of the subject material doing it that late in the week. Number 2, if you do have a question on any subject matter and waiting till that late, it's probably an opportunity for you not to get your needs or your questions addressed. And then lastly, in this class, you have 2 attempts to the chapter quizzes each week. And so if you take it late on a Sunday, there's a 12-hour lockout, so you kind of prevent your opportunity to take the quiz for a second time should you need it. So the point here is to please manage your time appropriately. And then right here I have please scroll to the next pages for the course sequence of assignments, and this is everything listed. And it's subject to change, but generally speaking, if I make any changes, I'll let you know. So that's the entire course of what you need to do. So now what I'd like to do is I'd like to go back to our Moodle site here, get out of that, and then just address the instructor announcement forum. And this is just a forum where I will post information. This is a forced subscription, so when I'm done grading assignments, if there's anything pertinent as far as announcements or even news events, so this is where I'll send things to you. If it's of a personal nature, then you're probably best just to email me. This next forum here is for course questions, or just connecting with each other on course related questions, sharing info, and that type of thing. And I check that regularly so I can respond to your needs. The next link here, online courses, are they for me, is just for you to assess whether online is suited for you. And then obviously a link here for Tutor Central. So the thing that I'd like to cover and spend a little time on here is the weekly forums. And so each week you're going to have weekly forums to do, and this is the section where they're all located. And I have weeks 1 through 5 open right now, and then I'll open up the remainder once we get a little further after the beginning of the quarter. So weeks that we cover 2 chapters, you really only still need to do 1 post, so you'll be able to understand that a little bit better. But the main thing here is that you do your main post by Friday evening of each week, and then you're sure to reply to a colleague by Sunday evening. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first go into the self-introduction forum, which is what you need to do by January 11th, Thursday. Perhaps it's the only thing that's really due on Thursday during the quarter. So for those of you that are unfamiliar with forums, this is what it looks like, and we'll go into it. All right, so it comes up like this, and I've put a welcome in there. So what you'll do is when you'll read the information, and even on the weekly topics there'll be information here that you'll go over. So it says, hello, please post to the class forum an introduction of yourself to your colleagues and address the following. Type your name in the subject text box. Please answer the following questions in the message text box. Why are you taking the course, your academic goals, your experience with online courses or any other health and information technology, and the healthcare system, and anything else you wish to share. So what you do is you go ahead and click right here on Add a New Discussion Topic, and then you have that information there. So it says here, please type your name in the subject text box. So I'm going to type my name. All right, and then I'm going to the message text box, and I'm going to type away and address all the questions up there. And then I'm going to be sure to scroll all the way down, and then I'm going to click Post to Forum. And then what you'll always get is you'll get this confirmation here, your post was successfully added, and you do have 30 minutes to go in and edit anything if you wish to when you're doing a post. So again, that's how it looks. So I want you to put your name there. I just did a welcome and talked a little bit about myself so that you get familiar with me. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll go back here now to the main page. And so each week you're going to be going into the forum. So Chapter 1 forum is got all the explanation here for you. All right, I'm going to go over this in just a minute. Additionally, this information here is also in a PDF in week 1. So what I'd like to first do is I'd like to go through the forum, and then I'll take you to the typical week in Moodle, and then we'll be done. So it says here, please add your string to this forum by addressing a topic from Chapter 1 forum topics. Do not attach a word process document for your post, because not everyone has the same software and you won't get any points. So you need to type in the message text box of the forum. Once accessing the forum, in the subject line of the string, you're going to provide the topic that you choose from all these down here that are listed in bold. So for example, and then be sure to pay attention to the minimum word count of 150 words, and then you're going to reply also to a colleague each week. So I'm looking at these and I'm reading the information. So I'm just going to go in here and I'm ready to post my week 1 forum. So I'm going to go in here and read the instructions. And so I'm going to do delivery. Okay, so I type my bolded word, delivery here. And then in my text box, I'm going to describe in your own words the differences between healthcare delivery systems as it relates to long-term care, mental health, public health, and which of these 3 areas could you suggest a policy change for improving quality, cost, and access. So you're going to type your 150 words in here, okay? And then once again, scroll all the way to the bottom, and then you're going to post. And then when you want to respond to somebody, and then you would click on their post, and then you reply, and you'll see the link there for reply. So that's how the forums work each week. So now let's go back here, and we'll go back quickly to our course website here in Moodle, and go down to week 1. So you see there's a team activity in week 6. So this is what a typical week will look like. Okay, I have my objectives there, and then I always have due this week, complete all items, and in this instance, number 1 has to be done by Thursday, January 11th, and that's the self-introduction form. And then you're to read chapter 1, select the topic from the week 1 forum topic list, and then post to the forum. Do your initial post by Friday, and then take the quiz. So here is, again, the same thing that you see when you click into the forum for week 1. So there's the week 1 forum topics. So that's accessible for you there. So that's just easy to get to. All right. Then the other thing that is in each week is a publisher's PowerPoint. And then there'll also be additional learning resources. So this week there's a link for Healthy People 2020, and then the Bureau of Labor Statistics for some things that were addressed within the chapter. And then the other thing that I have each week is a please read before, and that's basically just for you to make sure that you're on track. I talk a little bit about the content of the chapter and some of the things that you need. You know, it's just kind of a repeat of what I've already covered. So a couple of things just in general. The chapters in the book are short, but they do contain a lot of information, and please be sure to read your chapters before you take the quiz. The quizzes are 20 questions. You have a 30-minute time frame to take them. Multiple choice, fill in, a short answer, and true false. And for any of you that have taken quizzes in Moodle, Moodle's not perfect, and so I do an item analysis every week, and I look at all of your attempts and what you've done, and I award points if something was misspelled and Moodle didn't recognize it, but it was the correct answer. But the thing that I want to mention again is to give yourself the opportunity to be able to take a quiz twice should you need to. So don't wait till the last minute, because there is a 12-hour lockout between takes. All right, and then the last thing I want to just reiterate that I talked about earlier, and that is that, see here in week 2 we have 2 chapters, chapter 2 and chapter 3. However, when you go to the chapter 2 and 3 forum topics, there's 6 total. You only need to respond to 1. All right, so of those 6 topics, you only need to respond to 1. So, for example, when you go back here and we're starting week 2, and you go into chapter 2's, week 2, chapters 2 and 3's forum, here's all the information again. You only need to respond to 1 of these topics, 1 out of the 6. Okay, so a lot of people start by responding to a topic per chapter, and that's not necessary. Okay, well, I probably have forgotten something, but I'm looking forward to the quarter. Happy New Year to everybody, and we will see you or get to know you virtually by next week. All right, thank you.